You're welcome back to the CEO Show. My name is Nino, and like I said earlier, my family in Abukubi, they are still sending me WhatsApp messages. So, greetings to them, Vic, Gladys, all the kids. Good evening to you. That was the top 10. People have issues with the top 10. But Obinyanimi has been number one for I think for the past 20 or something weeks, and people still have issues. But I seriously think it's still the biggest gospel song. You know, when you go to places, you hear Obinyanimi everywhere. And my brother has climbed to number 2 with the song My Everything. Moniyo is number 3, and kudos to them. And you know, the top 10 is brought to you by Good Music. They monitor over 75 radio stations in Ghana, and they give us the data. We just play it, you know. So thank you very much, Good Music, for giving us the data. Today in the house, I have my senior brother, the man who has done this. I mean, if I say done this, I mean he's managed gospel artists for well over 17 years. You know, I've done this for like 3-4 years, and I keep asking myself, why does this man still stay in this business? Oh, Kwesi Enes,
Chairman.
Boss, you're welcome to the CEO.
Thank you. Last week I wasn't here.
Last week they were discussing fashion, so we have to excuse the ladies.
No, but you see, one of this is, I mean, that was unfair.
What's unfair?
Doesn't mean that we don't know fashion. That's the thing. It is as if we don't know fashion. When you're tell the ladies that when it's about fashion, no, we are not only known for the controversial part of it.
We do fashion.
Yes, you have to call us.
Belinda, so this is for you. The next time you are going to discuss fashion, please, we say this must be part of the
because basically, most of the times, all that you see some of my artists wearing, I contribute.
You contribute?
Yes, the pattern that it goes, how it should be.
You contribute to the fashion too?
Yes, I contribute.
That's the part I don't want to go at all.
No, I do, because you see, sometimes if it goes off, especially with the female ones, if it goes off as a manager, your work, everything you have done comes to zero. So you must be part of it. I'm part of the dress, how it should be, the makeup, everything. You can ask about Ruti. I go when even the makeup. If this part is looking too reddish, I'll clean it.
Okay, so that's Kwesi Enes. He's been managing gospel artists over 70 years. Abna Ruti, SP Kofi Sapon. No, that one I'll mention. But it's unfair. I was going to mention that.
You don't mention that one.
Okay.
And
who suffered? If at the point in time on him at Messi.
Yeah.
All these people pass through your hands. And now Francis AJ is the latest. The legendary Francis AJ.
I'm telling you, we have one artist more, Blessed Tack also. She's a big Pentecost artist from Ohio, and we've had the privilege of working with her now. And Hannah Badonko and all of them. Particularly, I mean, we're doing our best. I mean, this is what we've been called to do. We've been trained also for it.
Thank you very much.
And we'll do it.
You do it.
Yes.
We too will learn.
Yeah, we'll do it. Whatever it comes out of it,
we'll do it.
We won't cry.
And I also have my brother. My brother is a gospel artist. A very calm, you know, gospel act, but his thoughts are very deep.
Yeah.
Yes, his thoughts are very, very deep. And he was with us when we were on radio sometime, and we discussed some issues, and we love his thoughts. But yesterday, he did an event at La Palm. It's La Palm, right?
Yeah, La Palm. Yeah.
He did an event at La Palm, and it was awesome. Calvis Hammond. Calvis, you're welcome to the CEO.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the first time you've been on the TV.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm being on the TV show.
Yeah, okay. You're welcome.
Thank you.
But Calvis, why do you continue doing La Palm? I've been trying to ask you this question. Why?
This is only my second time doing La Palm.
Yes, but you still went there twice. I mean, why?
Well, it's I mean, beyond my program and everything, it's a kind of partnership between myself and the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was an awesome program.
Yeah.
Awesome program. Awesome. Ministers, selection of ministers, awesome administration, and like you are one of the few that after the program we see videos. You know, we can, the video reaches 1,000, and we just say God bless you. And you brought a gentleman, Tux.
Yeah, Tux.
Namani. The name is like
somewhere there.
Oh yeah, I was there briefly. Because you know these things every time.
You should have, at least, because I live close to La Palm, so
okay. Next time I'll invite you.
Spend the night there wouldn't have been bad at all.
But you've met Calvis before?
Yes, I've met him.
Okay, he's a great musician.
Nice gentleman.
Yes, you watched the God is Able video. Recently released a song, Lala. Pretty serious praise medley.
Lala Hey.
Lala Hey.
I like the way he's doing his things and the way he's coming up and all that. We have to give them our support. I mean, they are ministers, and for those that are good, we will continue to give them our blessing, our support. So, gentlemen, congratulations.
I also come and seek for more.
Me, my place.
Okay, so let's cover some of the questions. On that note, I'm going to ask these people a very, very controversial question. Who is a gospel artist? Ahead of that, you can send your WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp to 050-143-2820. Wait, I've told you, save that number. That's the GNTV official WhatsApp line. 050-143-2820. If you are watching us on Facebook, this is the Christian Entertainment Review Facebook page or GNTV Ghana Network Facebook page. If you are leaving home, you are going for your results, no problem. Go to the Google Play Store and look for the FD mobile app. Download it and you can watch us and all the way. In the last 5-10 minutes, I'm going to take your phone calls too, and we're going to get interactive on this subject. So I'm going to first ask the man who has done this for 17 years.
I thought you go to the artist and come to the managers.
No. He has been an artist, not for long, but you have managed a lot of gospel acts. So, in your definition, who is a gospel artist?
Okay, I think that I want to go by the biblical definition that the attitude of the early Christians allow those to say that yes, indeed, these are the Christians, and we are told that is where the word Christian came from. That because of their deeds, the way they express themselves, the way they relate to themselves, their behavior and everything gave them the word Christians. I believe in the same vein, I want to also say that a gospel artist is particularly a soul with that powerful voice who has got a passion to sing the word of God. That is what I would say. A young man or a young lady who has this passion, a Christ-like passion, that really wants to sing, follow Christ and sing, and then let his attitude also bring out some qualities of him that gives him that exposure as a gospel artist. That's it. It's just an individual, a Christian who sings the word of God.
Okay, I'm going to come to you. You have given this definition, but I have questions with that. But Kavis, your definition, your gospel act. How do you define a gospel act, and why do you call yourself so?
Well, for me, I think a gospel act is a Christian who is using his or her creative skills, in this case being music, to glorify God, to spread the gospel of Jesus and all that, using your creative skills to promote the work of God, to sing about God, to let people know about God. And I really like what my big brother Enes was talking about, the deeds. I mean, as a gospel act, it's just like being like a pastor. You can't act in the role of a pastor and your life is some other way. So this being a gospel act out there must match with your life. Everybody must look at you and say that, oh, this guy is a gospel artist. Because as a gospel artist, it goes beyond the genre. People just look at the genre as, now everybody you can get up, put some biblical words together, or maybe put in a Jehovah or a Hallelujah or collection or something somewhere, and everybody will say it's a gospel song. But that's not what it should be.
Okay, so you're saying that a gospel act is someone who has devoted his life to do songs to glorify God.
Exactly.
In short. Okay, Kwesi, you gave a similar definition. But you see, like the other time we were talking about what song is a gospel song, you see in current trends, a lot of people who define themselves as hip life acts have come down to do a gospel song or another, one gospel song or another. And even some of our gospel guys, one of them has done Nipa Phone Yes, a cancer.
That controversial
song. So in that vein, let's go with our gospel artist that's going to do the Nipa Phone first. In that vein, do we describe that person as a gospel act? Because that song does not glorify God.
Well, the thing is that sometimes we try to deviate a little from certain key things, like what you just mentioned. What is the justification that somebody says in performing because the person is not a gospel artist? It's a very big, dicey question.
Controversial.
It's a very controversial thing. Yes. Anybody I've seen.
But in your definition.
I'm coming there. When we were kids, I remember Boba J. Adolfo did a song. It says Eshobo. You remember that Eshobo song?
Yeah.
Good. And then in our compound house, women, two, they were fighting. Everybody. Then this man will wake up and then play the Eshobo song, put it, and then another person will go and pour water on the person. You know the what is. Now, my example that I'm using is that people can be in particular pains and decide to sing to use that as pain to sing. I've seen people who have written songs on their pains. I've seen people who have written songs on their frustrations. I remember Stella Dugan's song, Jimmy Tata. Jimmy Tata was one-on-one. The time I was working with her, she told me that she wrote that song on the pains at the time she was going through as a woman, especially with the marriage situations and all that kind of thing. That is the pain she was in. And so anytime she sing that songs, that particular song, tears come from the eyes. It tells you that song particularly, in as much as she has produced and given it out to the society, it has a particular reflection on her personal life. Ministers to her personally. The same vein, I've also looked at maybe Brother Sami in that same vein, in the context of putting that song down because of maybe hatred that people are giving to him, or maybe some small issues that perhaps he was having with some few people, either from workmates or from industry personalities, and so not being able to control his temper and tempo, he decided to put that material out there, which ended up to become a negative. So it will be difficult at that moment to rule underline the fact of he being a gospel artist or not a gospel artist.
But I understand he has come out to defend this point, vehemently. When men of God have said this song that you've done, it's not a good song, and and he even came out to insult all of that. Do we still call this guy?
He came
back to give it back.
Okay, if he came to insult, then
are you sure you didn't hear?
I traveled.
So in that vein.
Yeah.
In that vein,
yeah.
Do we still classify him a gospel artist? But before that, I'll tell you that we're going to go on the lines with Reverend Yorson. Reverend Yorson is the gospel rep for musica.
Yeah.
I'm going to also ask him what definition we give musical gifts to a gospel artist in their books, and we're going to take it from the angle too.
You see, when sometimes it's difficult to really. This is a very tricky topic because the topic directly deals with the individual. We are talking about the individual with a gift.
Okay.
See, it's an individual, an artist, gospel artist, an individual who goes through, who have the same situation that we all go through, daily life, anger, pity here and there, frustrations, death, and the way he reacts. Yeah. And so it is difficult to maybe even pass to have the pass mark. But like I'm saying, by their deeds, you will be able to. You may know them. So it is important for us to also, as moving forward, to be able to use deeds by which the people in the Bible olden days were able to have the word Christian, to be able to use to justify whether that person is a Christian, true Christian, though he's singing gospel. Okay. Whether that person is a Christian or not a Christian.
Wait, let me ask the musician.
Go to the musician.
Calvis. Yes, Calvis. So before you started the gospel, singing gospel music, how did you, was it a calling? Did God call you to do it, or you felt I have a gift, let me use it to glorify God? How did it start with?
Well, mine I've shared this story many times. Mine wasn't, it wasn't like a Damascus experience. It was it was a process. Okay. It was a process where I was deep into the R&B, the hip hops, and those kind of things. And somebody gave me a Fred Hammond tape at that time. When I listened to it, I liked it because it was a new kind of gospel. I was used to the Domwens, the Ronkenolis, but when I heard this one, I'm like, wow, it's even better than some of the R&Bs and all that. So that's where I started from. Then I got to hear Daninete too, and that's how the process started. And I went to Tech and I met all the new kinds, the Coders, the McAfees, the Gracielas. So it was a process of learning. Me deciding, no, let me follow these guys. Let me stick closer to these guys. And as I was, moving with them and learning, especially enjoying Joyful Way as well, it's shaped my life in a certain way. So mine wasn't just a one-stop experience. It was a process where at a point in time I gathered all my tapes and CDs from the other side and threw them away, and sometime I went back for them, that kind of thing. Yeah, it was a point where my mind was in many places at the same time, and by God's grace I was able to make a decision to stick to gospel music at a point. And that's what helped me.
So yours wasn't a calling, it was a process, and you're influenced by the people around you, kind of.
It is a calling, but it's a process.
So
you can be called into the process.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You were called into the process.
He initiated. There were some of them where they slept and he said, God came to me, and so his own is the process. But Scavis,
yes, sir.
During the process, you saw other people do other kinds of music.
Okay.
With the style you had. Why did you still decide to go by gospel? I know I'm going to. I know I'm going with that question. So why do you still decide to stick by gospel?
Well, I mean, some of these things are difficult to explain, but that's why in my song Majiri, I said when I look back at where God picked me from and where He's brought me now, I just feel God calling me to a certain purpose around that time, because like I said, I really enjoyed being on the other side. But when I'm alone, I begin to think and reflect on my life, and I feel a deeper call, to get closer to God first of all, and that's what drew me into gospel music.
Okay. So I'm going to take this video by Travis and Tim Godfred. When I come back, we're going to talk to Reverend Yorson, and we'll continue our discussion. I have some very, very interesting questions, for Kwesi especially.
I'm ready.
Yes, thank God.
Yes.
So this time we should have our full time.
No, we have your full time. So when I come back after this short break,
you're in some kind.
in some day, okay. When I come back after this short break, we're going to talk to Reverend Yorson.
He's done so much for me, I cannot tell it all. If I had 10,000 tongues, it still wouldn't be enough. Tuku na kwama really. When you hear completely. Chuku my robe and more. If he can you let we sing. What's the shall I render to Jehovah? For he has done. What shall I render to Jehovah? Lift your hands.
You're welcome back to the CEO Show. My name is Nino, and like you can join us via text message 050-143-2820. If you are watching us on Facebook, you can drop your comments under the live video you're watching. I'll read it for you. I'm going to give you time, the last 5 minutes, to call. I still have my big brother, ARTISTE, who's managed gospel arts for over 17 years, and Calvin Salmon is a gospel musician. Later on in the show, when I open the lines, anyone who calls, I'll give him or her a Calvin Salmon CD, free, you know. And I'm going to show you Calvin Salmon video before we leave. Earlier on, we started with his God is Able video, so I'm going to show you other videos of Calvin's too here on the CEO Show. But ARTISTE, you've been doing this for 17 years. I mean, managing gospel artists for 17 years. How do you identify who a gospel artist is?
I have a principle, and I keep saying this anywhere I go, that gospel music deals with spirituality, and any minister of the gospel who is very weak in spiritual aspect of his calling must find some farming to go and do. And I have not changed my mouth. I will not change that thought of me, because yes.
No, wait. So if you think, if the spirituality,
80% of gospel music, everything we do in gospel music is seriously spirituality. It's a spiritual work. It's a warfare for you to even make a music that will go into somebody's house. I've seen an artist singing and somebody's lying on a hospital bed and just watching a music video on TV. The person is able to receive healing.
So have you turned people down based on spirituality? How do you assess spirituality in the initial?
So if I'm working with you as an artist, and I'm sure that yes, we all have our weaknesses, ups and downs, but if it is my duty to make sure that at least I will help you to overcome and then build you up strongly. So for example, if you look at my managerial contract, every manager contract I sign with every artist, I expect to have your prayer tower with you. In the contract, as artists, you must have a prayer tower. If you're in a gospel artist, you don't have a prayer tower. What are you talking about? You must have it, because they energize you. Your prayer line must be strong. You don't just walk to any church bar, wash your hand, and you are blowing the fufu left and right. You must have a culture of showcasing that I believe in what I'm doing. Because you see, no matter how it is, we can add the business aspect of gospel music and everything to it, but you can never take the spirituality away and say that you people listen to my song, let me go and drink beer.
Live my life.
Have you dropped any artist based on that before? Like you caught him in the bar drinking beer, or you caught him changing women as a...
Oh, there was one particular gospel artist who wanted me to manage him, and I've had various scenarios of his lifestyle, and all that kind of thing in terms of drinking and so
scenarios you not seen.
Scenarios
you've seen.
I've seen.
Okay.
And so I particularly did not even went.
Can you mention it?
No, I can't. This is a big platform. You can't. Then tomorrow morning you see. You see the headline. Now I need peace of mind to see with the family. But I'm saying, so personally, I didn't even go, because sometimes it's difficult to take a devil to the church. So you have to just make sure that you are within. But I'm saying that for any gospel artist that is listening to us or watching us on this platform, aspiring to be, let me tell you, 80% of the work is spirituality. For your music to break barriers, for your music to bring that healing, to make that impact, to make it happen. I'm telling you that everything is about spirituality. You must be in tune with God 24/7. It is not 12 hours of this life and 12 hours of that life. It is 24/7. So you must.
So I understand. So how do you identify people like, I asked you this question at that time we were discussing.
Yeah.
But how do you identify people like Kim Promise, who say CCTV, God is my CCTV?
You see, let me mess you up. Let me mess you up.
Before you mess me up, you said I should identify them as gospel songs.
Fantastic.
And anybody who sings the gospel song probably should be a gospel song.
Good. So I'm happy you said that I told you to identify them with their songs, but not with the human being.
No, but and today who sings gospel songs.
Today we are discussing gospel artists. Okay. Today we are looking at the brand, the person, the personality. We are not looking at the song. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We are looking at the personality, and that's why I'm saying let me mess you up more, because that person that you mentioned already has got the characteristics. He said I'm a secular artist. He's got his brand, but then in between his brand, like a medical doctor who goes to church on Sunday to worship God. I'm a secular artist, but I believe in God. Sunday, I want to be in church and pray. There's nothing wrong with that.
You two, let me mess you up small.
Mess me.
Let me mess you up.
Mess me.
Your pastor in your church. How will you feel if your pastor in your church, you see him drinking, and on Sunday come and preach to you? How will you feel?
See, there are certain things. There are certain things that we as human beings will find it very difficult to fight, because you know why? The battle is still the Lord's. Some of the things you have to allow God.
And you are telling the battle to the Lord. After me, I'm messing you up. You are telling the battle to the Lord.
The battle is because you see, the thing is that there are some people. If you can take them to the Vatican 3 times a week, they will still go where they want to go. They will still do what it's like an inborn kind of thing within them.
So if you are saying from your earlier definition that a gospel artist is someone who preaches Christ, and this guy has been singing all other songs. In fact, let's take Kwabra. So he's singing all other songs. Then he comes there, he says, "Be a choir man." Then you are saying because the song is.
I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about the song. If the song edifies God,
I think the issue.
Kabis, you have to save me from this one. See,
I think the issue is
calling a lawyer.
The issue is what we have come to identify.
This is calling a lawyer. He vividly said, "I said no problem. We come to this topic."
The issue is what we've come to identify as gospel song. You know. And there's the gospel artist, the person.
The person and the
but
song
we have come to see a gospel song as a certain genre of music. Like I was saying earlier, that once you are talking about God, mentioning God's name or mentioning some 1 or 2 Bible phrases, then we are
fine. Have you heard Kwabna's adult music?
I've not heard it.
You've not heard Kwabna's adult?
No.
Okay, he has a song called Adult Music.
You said you haven't heard.
No, I've heard about the album.
You said you don't want to know.
No, I've heard about the album. I've heard about the album.
He has come
back. I've heard about the album, but I don't know the song.
Okay, but you know Kwabna's song. He has one song, Adult Music. Very, very, I can't see the words.
It's a blues.
I see.
Yeah. And he comes back and he says, "Be a choir mommy." And you are telling me that I should identify him by the song he sings, the Be a Choir Mommy, because the songs, the song he say that God should open doors for me. And, in terms when you say it's a gospel song, then I need to describe as a gospel artist. But how can
you, as far as the person, as far as the person has created a particular need for himself, who says that I'm a high life artist? The person says I'm a high life artist, but apart from being a high life artist, I believe in God. Like Kojonji. Kojonji is a high life singer. But then he goes to Atria Mountains to pray. So if you go and meet Kojonji at Atria Mountain, will you sack him from there?
Oh no, I don't sack Kojonji. Is he praying to me? He's not praying to me.
Exactly. So he has a duty to fulfill for himself as a person.
Fine.
But then with this one we are talking, song is different thing. I'm not saying relate to the artist. I'm saying the song. If the song edifies and glorifies God, we can go with it.
Who is Nasi?
Nasi. Nasi is a sound engineer and a gospel artist.
Do you know Nasi sang a hip life song?
Which of the song?
He did Boys. He didn't end there. He came to do Paddy. You remember? You're not
I traveled.
No, I traveled. Radio together. We discussed this.
You saw me.
The both of us. And Arnold came and Arnold.
Okay. The one I traveled.
No, you didn't travel. Arnold came to the studio. And after that, Nasi has come back to do a fatao. Very, very.
And that song is edifying everywhere.
Perfect. Good. So still, do you put him in the gospel space?
I will still put Nasi into a gospel space. You know why? The person crafts and is everything. He's created an identity, says that I'm a gospel artist. I cannot look at his face and say that you are a high life artist when he, the practitioner, has accepted that I'm a gospel artist. If Kabis come to me and say that I'm a traditional performer, why would I go and change him that you are not don't be contemporary, but be a traditional? It's a thing. That is Narcissus calling. Apart from that, because he's a sound engineer, sometimes he want to play around rhythms and music lifestyles. You understand? So he want to be. Sometimes he want people to also feel the other lifestyle. I've seen him doing jingles for mosquito coil and all that before. You know the whole thing. He's an artist. Once he's playing and a sound engineer, once he's playing with the machines, once in a while he want to exhibit some other part of him. Do you know that he did this boy entry? That's their song that they did. You know the Nasi was featured on that song way back time. So the man has got some characteristics of that thing. He doesn't take the fact that he's a secular artist. No, he's a gospel artist.
By listeners, because of Christians, I'm going to open the line early. Because because he's messing up himself today. He's trying to put me in the mess.
No, so see,
I'm going to call you as judges. Just call 050-143-2820. When you call, I'll give you a free cover. 050-143-2820. He said here last week that I should identify them as those songs as gospel songs. And when you sing gospel,
did I say identify the human beings too?
No,
I didn't say identify the human beings.
Someone said, in my point of view, a gospel artist is a person who is filled with the Holy Spirit to minister the word of God through singing. I'm Belinda from Bantama Kumasi.
Belinda, thank you.
GNTV is always the best. Thank you, Belinda. Keep watching GNTV. It's always the best. Don't buy my brother here. Oh, Charlie, the high is too much. Just say your thing and let's go. Okay. So just call 050-143-2820. Yes.
Kabis.
Yes, sir.
Multi there. No corner ni good ya kind. As in more than or do too. The fact of the matter is that we are talking about gospel artists.
Okay, I have Charles from Sprinters. Charles, good evening. Charles, good evening. Good evening, Charles. Good evening, Charles. Reduce the volume of your TV, please. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, perfectly.
Okay. I see an artist, gospel artist, to be somebody who is trying to exhibit nothing but God character. So if they are saying that everybody is a gospel artist, like with the argument you are doing over, I think it's very, very wrong. Gospel artist should always, the example, look at the clip that you just gave us. Somebody brings half world and then half gospel. Please, the devil himself can even sing better. Therefore, we should be circumspect. Let's tell the people the truth that a gospel artist, even though Christians have flaws, but gospel artist is a gospel artist. Just sing the gospel, and from your head to toe, you show that you are a Christian. I think that's what I know about a gospel artist.
Thank you very much, Charles. I have a comment here. Please, I'm Nana Safo from Kwabenya, a gospel artist as well with a single album. I hope that is someone with a single album. That's what he said. I'm trusting God to have a manager. Okay, he said he's a gospel artist with a single album. Trusting God to have a manager. Thank you. There's no genuine gospel artist in GH's day. Even the devil is a gospel artist now. Nana from Boboase. So Nana from Spinted. Hello, boss. Hello. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, madam. Your name and where you are calling from?
Hello.
Hello, your name and where you are calling from, please?
I'm from Kumasi.
Okay, madam, your name?
Hello.
Hello, please go ahead, madam.
Okay. I'm Belinda.
Hi, Belinda. From Bantama, right? Hello, Belinda. I think we can get connection.
Yeah, he's too excited. She's too excited. Yeah.
So the first caller is trying to say that we should move away from. You see, but
and we haven't changed the topic either, Carvis. We are saying that spirituality is of essence to any gospel artist. Day one, 80%.
It's of essence.
That's it.
No, but I have a problem with someone in itself defines himself a gospel artist. That he goes and do boys. He goes to do boys. Hello, some Polygon or someone is calling from Polygon. Hello, boss. Hello? Hello? Please go ahead.
Hello?
Please, your name. You go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, good evening. Please go ahead.
Please, I would like to contribute.
Go ahead, madam. Contribute.
Please, I would also want to say that being a gospel artist doesn't mean you shouldn't serve your God. Sometimes we are inspired. They are inspired to sing gospel. They are inspired to, sometimes in their situations where they find themselves in their loneliness or in their quiet time, they get songs. It doesn't mean they have changed their positions or something. You understand?
Okay.
So they can sing. They are secular musicians, yes, but sometimes they are inspired to sing gospel. They are inspired to praise God in their own way because they face difficulties in what they do.
Thank you, madam. But let me ask you a question.
And in all things, God comes first.
But let me ask you a question.
At the end of everything, it is God they look up to.
Perfect. Let me ask you a question, madam. Let me ask you a question,
so that's
madam.
what I would say.
Let me ask you a question. Please, are you on? Hello?
Yes.
So, what of the gospel artists who goes and do songs like Nipa Fu, the Cancer Fu, and all that?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm saying that what of someone who identifies him or herself as a gospel artist and goes he does songs like Nipa Fu, the Cancer Fu, and all that? What of those people too?
If we are humans, if we want to say we want to behave like us and see ourselves as angels, then we'll be wrong.
Thank you very much.
Humans, and sometimes we are put.
Thank you very much, madam.
You see?
Thank you.
I like the woman's submission.
And
I am going straight there. Thank you. But wherever she called.
She called for
I think that let's give her 2 of the CDs directly.
Okay, I have another call. I think hello, boss. Please go ahead.
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Mungara.
Samuel, make sure you speak very well.
Samuel, go ahead.
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Mungara.
Thank you, Samuel. Go ahead.
Talk well.
Yeah, I want to contribute to our program.
Go ahead, Samuel. Go ahead. I'm here for you.
Okay, so what I love to say is that as a gospel artist, you have to make sure that you preach through the song you are singing.
Okay, perfect.
So it means that your character must actually portray what you are singing. You cannot sing about God and do a different thing.
Okay.
And about those secular artists who sing a gospel song, for me, there's no problem with that. We should allow them to sing a gospel song. But I believe that as they are singing in God's own time, He would change those people. Because trust me, God has a time for everyone. Today, someone like Lord Kenya has changed and has become an evangelist. Who knows? Tomorrow it might be King Promise. It might be Takode. Who knows? So for me, I don't have any problem with secular musicians singing about God. I think it is even good because it makes those also in the world know that God is real and He exists for all of us. So that is what I would also contribute.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Someone said to me, "It's a good evening. I really enjoyed this program. I say I love songs if it's gospel because it helps to keep marriages secured. Amachi Dede's song is a good example of gospel. Likewise, Kwabna and others. I'm Edward from Awushi. Thank you very much, Edward. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, boss. Go ahead. You're on air. Good evening, sir.
My name is Evan.
But I can't hear you. Can you kindly call back? I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, then go ahead.
Alright, my name is Evan calling from Kumasi.
Evans, go ahead.
Alright, what I want to say is the gospel does not really mean that singing
There are some people who think about love, again, you think about love, they say nothing. People love people. If somebody thinks about love and thinks about God, I don't think it's wrong with me.
Okay.
It's a gospel industry is about thinking and edifying people.
Okay.
People that are thinking, I'm talking about this. And also, I want to think edify people. There's nothing wrong with it. Even those people who say they think gospel today.
Thank you very much.
God is not qualified to be.
Thank you very much. So good evening. I really enjoyed this program. I say love songs are gospel because it helps to keep marriages secure. Actually, this song is a good example of gospel. Kwabra and others. I'm Adrian from Awishi. Randy. Hello, I'm picking the last call, then I'll come to my panel. Hello. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi, boss. Please, can you reduce the volume of your TV?
No.
Can you reduce the volume of your TV?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Please go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from.
Papa Meka every day. I'm meeting in that day.
Papa Ben.
Please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please, where are you calling from?
Sir, I was sorry now, Pastor Nomonsa. Then you have to leave the church. Yeah. Because he said in 2 Corinthians 5:7, if any man be in Christ Jesus, is a new creature.
Okay. But where are you calling from? Where you are calling from Namiche. Okay. So you don't agree with Christianists?
Hello?
You don't agree with Christianists? What you thought you are saying?
No, not at all.
Okay. So in terms, you are saying that someone like Brother Sami, Brother Sami, you should stop listening to him. That's what you are saying. If I'm adding 1 to 2 to your comments.
Oh, that one is not a born again Jesus.
Thank you. It's okay, madam. Thank you, madam. You're ready. This my callers will kill you.
You see, one of these days they will shut all the cameras down here, but we'll still survive. But you see, to come back to the issue.
Okay, come back to it.
I think that it's a bit too hypocritical to say that yes, because somebody is a gospel artist and stood by the roadside and urinated, so the person is not a gospel artist because he did that or that. No,
nobody said so.
Nobody's. Yeah, but I'm saying that we must, and that's a part of it that sometimes it's a bit unfortunate. That we, like and the other caller said, we are humans, and irrespective of whatever we all feel and want to achieve, every individual goes through same situations, life patterns and what have you. And it is important to rather support them. And that's for me, that we should use these mediums, like we are saying, to support them to grow, than the posture of maybe this person is like this or that person is like that. Personally, I stand for correction though, but I think that it's a bit hypocritical, because we have seen people who were not Christians. If it is a big surprise to today to see Kenya preaching, because those times when I started this my work, I had opportunity of seeing him on stage, and if you see this man going on stage with the gallon of apotechi and all this, and today he's holding the Bible preaching, it tells you that there's nothing that God cannot do in terms of the life we find ourselves. And so we should give people the opportunity to also change and work themselves out. But then adding, it is not also a room for misbehavior. And in the house of God, and because of the grace. So you go and then soak yourself in drink and then come and say, I'm like this. That is the position that we should be able to hold it firm.
I'm going to ask you, someone said a text that he said you should consider songs from love songs from Amachidede, Kobda, as gospel.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Calvin, before you go to Calvin,
yes.
A song like Nanam Pedu's song, Obra, Obra, and that song, how would you put that song?
Or maybe it's an inspirational song.
It's an inspirational song.
Yes, maybe you call it inspirational.
And so it's not gospel.
Is it? That's what I was talking about.
You said gospel. You said it sings about Christ.
Yes.
Or brother, does it sing about Christ?
Yes, but because life, everything that is written in the Bible is connected to life.
So it's inspirational.
Is it what? Go to Deuteronomy, go and read. If you do this, you do that. Deuteronomy will guide you. Deuteronomy guides you to the level of making even your food that you want to take. It guides you to how to live have a good living by your food
I'm going to play back the essence of Christianity.
You have to play my essence too. I didn't say anything contrary to what I'm saying though.
Okay, come
okay.
in. So are those ones love songs? Sorry, are those ones gospel songs? Those love songs.
My point is, why do we find a need to classify them as gospel songs? We in our minds we have put, you know, we are looking at the gospel genre, you know, as, you know, like I said, a song that has, you know, words about life, about God and all that. If somebody is singing a song that is maybe inspirational, is talking about life or anything, we don't need to classify it as a gospel song.
It's just inspirational.
It's inspirational.
So
and it's not a bad song. It's not a bad song. It inspires. It's inspirational, and that's it.
We should leave it at that.
That's it.
Okay, so let me take your final comments. Give us where people can follow you. But all those who called me, just send a WhatsApp to the 050 number 05014322820. You're gonna get a free CD from Calvin Hammond. So your final message, how people can follow you, how people can call you if they want a program. They want you for a program and all that.
Oh, okay. So all my social media handles are Calvis Hammond. CALVIS Hammond on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Okay. It's the same thing. You can also email.
On Joyful too, the same.
You can also email calvishammondministries@gmail.com.
Okay. Yeah, Calvis Hammond Ministries.
If you have any official information or something,
Calvis Hammond Ministries@gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Let me come to my senior brother. Boss, your final comments.
Well, you see, my final comment is that as Christians, see, we have to make Christianity easier for more people to come in. The more we try to create barriers and like checkpoints, it then makes it difficult for external people to begin jumping, because it means that it will mean that we are very much comfortable in our environment and we don't want anybody to come in. But the good news actually is that God is looking for people who are even wayward to come into it, and so we should try and make it extend an invitation to the weaker vessels for them to come. That is my position. And apart from that, I think that the Church of Pentecost, your own son, Elder Francis J., the young man, as we all know, God, you are so good. He's an old man. He's not an old man. He's
old young man.
No, he's a young man. Okay. Yeah, if you are within your 40s, you are
young.
You're young. I'm a young man. I'm a young man. I mean,
young
you're a young man.
I'm a young man.
But we were the winners, women in worship. They are ladies in worship. Is it ladies in worship or
women in worship?
They were ladies, oh. You see? Actually, they were ladies. They were ladies there. They were ladies who were performing. I mean, you see. So I'm saying that we are bringing out the biggest. Ghana expect nothing but the best from Elder Francis J. I mean, you should see the songs. Okay. I mean, my boy Akese Bimpon will be on the album. Yes. Jomet will be on the album. Yes. It's going to be an exciting all year round. Everybody, Nasi.
Is that old school and new school?
We are doing boys on the album.
You always expect Christianity to drop a bomb before you leave. So that's Christianity. The CEO of media and managed gospel artists. People say they want your number via the WhatsApp. So I'll send them the number.
Now I have enough.
So
I have enough.
And that's Calvin Hammond. I did this with Belinda. We're going to come your way next week. I'm going to fade out with a video by Calvin Hammond. God is able. We're going to come your way next week. You can still go on our Facebook page, Christian Entertainment Review Show, and watch the video again. You can leave your comments. We'll still discuss them anyway. Anyhow, thank you very much. We do this 5:30 to 7 p.m. every Saturday. See you next week.
Oh yeah. When I look back at where, Lord, you picked me from, and where you have brought me now, it's not been by my strength, so I won't boast. She knew your odro mo keke. are just not enough to show my thanks.